Hi, this is Vanessa with Fitness 23, and here in my studio in San Jose, I see many clients with back issues. Today, it's all going to be about exercises to loosen your hamstrings and strengthen your core to release those back issues.
Three, two, 1, 0.
For today's back exercises, all you're going to need is a set of dumbbells. I'm going to use an exercise box, but you can use any chair or bench you have in your home, and a mat that you're comfortable on the floor. I always use a ProSource mat because I really like a mat with 1.5 to 2 inches of cushion so I can kneel on it comfortably. So whatever you have that'll work, let's go for it. Let's do about 1.5 minutes of warm-up. Here we go. So, shoulder height on those arms, knees coming up at the same time, nice even breathing. In your warm-up, this is just about getting you moving, getting the heart rate slightly elevated. Go ahead, switch legs. Nice even breathing, making sure that nothing hurts on those shoulders. Couple more. We're gonna step to the side, warm up the inside groin muscles here. Make sure your feet are nice and straight, your back is up and back. If that's too far to go, you can go less. You can go a little slower at any time. Couple more on this side. Then those legs will be nice and warmed up. Other side. Nice even breathing. Great. Let's warm up these hamstrings a little bit. It's going to be a lot of hamstring work. Spread your feet just a little wider than your shoulders. You're going to go down to the ground, hold it for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then straight up in the air. Down to the ground, and straight up. Let's do one more time. Down to the ground, straight up. Make sure when you're straight up, your butt is tucked underneath you. Okay, let's get to the exercises. Let's start off with some nice leg extensions to really warm up this back. So bring that knee all the way up to your chest, and then out, backwards. 30 seconds for each side. So I've changed legs here, and it's the same thing, all the way up to my chest with that knee, really extending that leg out, warming up the back, and warming up the hamstring. This is a great exercise for everyone to do. You can do it with a weight or without. It's a simple stand-up. Do not lean forward when you stand up. Try not to lean forward. That's why the weight really helps you to really extend that back up, warming up those legs, pushing off those glutes, having a straight back as you go up. So, one foot up on your chair or bench, and the other one we're going to bounce forward and bounce back 3 times. Really great for your knee and your quads. You can see how flexed my quad is here. Keep that back as straight as you can. Those hands up in front of you will help that back stay straight. I'm doing 30 seconds on each leg. So here I've changed legs, and this is a little slower because obviously I've already tired the leg out. So always know when you do this exercise, you'll want to switch what leg you start with later on. Keep that back nice and straight. simple exercise. That foot goes up on the chair or bench, and you're bouncing 3 times forward and 3 times back. Such great hamstring work. Nice even steps forward, nice even steps backwards. Doing 30 seconds on each leg again on this one, and then I will switch legs. Remember the second leg, it's always more difficult because you're a little tired. So when you do the exercise again another day, make sure you switch which one you start with first. With your chair or bench, you're going to have one foot up, touch with your hands on the bench, and then bring that back leg that's on the floor up, staying bent over the whole time. Big quad work, big glute work, big hamstring work. Back is going to ache. This is tough, guys. Be really tough on your body. Really get this great. At 30 seconds, we're going to switch legs. Same idea, touch, stay nice and low. Foot up, touching between each step down. One foot up on your bench or your chair. Bring that knee that's on the ground nice and high. Take a big step out to the side and back towards your chair. Pretty tough exercise. If you need to do it next to a wall so you have something to lean against in case you get a little off balance, that's always fine. Whatever makes you feel secure. We're making these knees and these hamstrings and these quads and this lower back really work. Same thing on the other leg. Nice and up high as you can. Try to stay as balanced as you can. Balance is always so great to work on. All we need is a couple of weights here. Straight up in the air, go out to the side on one side, back to the middle, straight up, and to the other side. Back and forth, really stretching out that inside groin muscle. Really use that back when you come up. Have those feet nice and straight. It's all about being straight in this exercise. Going back and forth, side to side. So with this exercise, nice straight back, I'm going to kick out forward all the way up above my waist, and then I'm going to do a knee up. So it's a knee up, and then it's a foot up. Being very rhythmic here, doing 30 seconds on each leg. The more you extend that hamstring, the stronger it's going to be. Be really, really great with the balance here. You ready to switch legs? Knee up, leg out. Knee up, leg out. Remember to keep that back as straight as you can. You can do it without a weight if you'd like. The weight just gives you something to hold. You can always just hold a book of something else if you don't have a weight available. deep squats here. Arms are gonna come extended forward. Make sure your knees are nice and tight and stay in a straight line forward. I don't want those knees going up in front of your toes. My knees stay right in back of my toes. Nice straight back, arms are straight out. This is big work, and we're doing it for a full minute. So if you have to go a little slower than I'm going, that's fine. Such a great workout. Hey, it's time for a water break. Pet the dog, grab some water, but don't eat a sandwich, don't eat any M&Ms because we're going to mat work. Stand on the end of your mat. Walk down all the way with those arms, walk in with those legs, keeping them as straight as you can. Walk back out. Nice little flat back and back straight up you go. It's all about straightness and really keeping those legs as straight as you can. Really make those hamstrings work when you bring those legs forward. Walk them back straight again off the mat. This is a lot of work. It's a lot of stretching on these hamstrings. Big strain on the back. The straighter you keep those legs, the harder those hamstrings have to work. Okay, I am out in an X position here. My legs are more spread, and so are my arms, and I'm gonna go back and forth, meeting the foot in the middle. This is also just this huge work on the hamstrings and the quads, bringing that leg up, and of course that core. Everything's gonna get burning on this exercise. Try to be as rhythmic as you can, back and forth. Breathe out as you come up. Have your back as flat as you can to start. You're in push-up position. You're gonna bring that leg all the way forward to your hands and then extend it all the way back. Nice and high. If you can't bring it this far forward, no problem. Bring it where you're comfortable and extend out. A lot of stretching just comes from a lot of work. Let's change sides. All the way up, all the way up. Also will help you work on your core here. Really great balance, doing a little shoulder work at the same time. So my legs are up at a 90-degree angle. I have one hand across my shoulder, other arm straight up in the air, and I'm going to bring my upper body up. Breathe out as you come up. Big core work and big quad work here, keeping these legs as quiet as you can. Really reach for that ceiling. And 30 seconds on each side. Sides. Obviously you can see even for me it's getting much more difficult. Doing ab exercises for a minute is exhausting. Really tough stuff, we're almost done. flat on your mat, and I have both legs up nice and straight. Bringing one leg up to the other foot and back down. We're doing this for 30 seconds. This is gonna burn. Keeping your back nice and flat on the mat, hands over your head. Keep the other leg as still as you can, and then we're gonna switch legs. Nice and even. Head stays up, doesn't come off the mat though. Head stays nice and firm on the mat, keeping that back nice and flat. Really working that hamstring here. Obviously, everyone knows I'm such a sit-up freak, and I love proper form on a sit-up. See that my feet are flat on the mat, my hands are across my stomach, I get up there, I get nice and straight, and go back down. This is tough, right? You can always use some weights for leverage if you need to, watch some of my other sit-up videos, but this is just such a great overall body workout. I'm working my calves and my quads and my core, whole deal, when you do a sit-up properly. Don't have someone hold your feet down for you. Develop the calf strength to hold them down yourself and the ankle flexibility. We're doing this for a full minute. Hands are above my head. I'm going to have those knees bent, feet flat, and I'm going to pull my butt up off the mat. Pull it straight up and over. All core workout here. And that hamstring and glute have to work together. Keep your head and your arms flat. Really starts to burn after about 20 seconds. Try to be very rhythmic, same speed you started with, try to finish with that. Nice and even work here. I'm balanced on my butt. I'm twisting my core side to side, touching both hands on the side, making sure I have a full body twist, keeping those feet as quiet as I can. Wonderful core workout. We're working those obliques by getting that twist. Helps that back really develop strong by getting the muscles on the side of the spine developed. If you need to put your feet down because it's really hard to stay up in balance, do that. Just really try to get the twist in here. We want backs to be really mobile and flexible. This is what everyone knows as a plank. Remember, my back has to be nice and flat. My head is straight ahead, it's not down. And I am just holding a plank here for 60 seconds. If you need help, if this seems a little too difficult, you can always put a pillow under yourself and rest for a second or two and then come back up. But if you want to make a really strong back and develop those back muscles, you really want to plank. Nothing works better on the core and really developing that lower back. Also makes really pretty shoulders. Never heard anyone say they didn't want pretty shoulders. I know you think I'm not really doing anything. We just pause the camera, but I swear I'm really planking. It's time to stretch. Stretching is so important, and you always stretch after you're warmed up. So if you can't touch your toes like I am here, that's fine. But you want to just develop this. And developing a stretching habit that you're stretching for a few minutes every day. I'm just going to go through a few different stretches. You know, this one is obviously to loosen up my hip. I've done a lot of hip workout today, right, with this video. And I want to make sure that everything is nice and loose. But you never stretch cold, even if you just jog in place for a couple of seconds before you stretch. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. I hold stretches from anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds, depending on the stretch. I want to make sure I stretch my whole body too afterwards. The more flexible I am through my back and through my hamstrings, the less pain I'm going to have with everything else I do in my life. So I really, really want to have everyone get as flexible as they can. It's hard to get flexible. No, it will be work. Cross your legs, lean forward. You should have a nice, soft back here. A lot of people can't do this. Their hips are very tight. Their knees are really high up. This is something you should work on every day while you sit there and watch TV. Nice back twist. Should be no pain whatsoever to twist your back. We twist our backs in daily life all the time. So really try to get this nice and limber. Don't force stretch. Just go until you feel it, but we don't want to ever stretch to pain. Flex my back down, and I'm going to flex it up. I'm just holding each one for a couple of seconds, flexing it down and flexing it up, back to just really wanting to be very limber. Popped up on my feet. All I'm doing now is just pushing down the calf muscle, pushing down the heel down, back and forth, and stretching out the calf and the Achilles tendon. Thank you for joining me as we helped your back get stronger by doing this hamstring and core workout. If you have any questions, please email me at vanessa@trainwithv.com or shoot me a text message or give me a call or give me a YouTube question. I'm always happy to answer any of those. I've also left some slides on my other companies if you want to see what I'm all about. Have a great day.